Good morning and welcome to this thought for the day for Easter Monday. And today we've got a reading from the last chapter of Mark's Gospel, the quite abrupt end in which he deals with the resurrection. Mark chapter 16 verse 1. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Salome, brought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance to the tomb?" But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. "Don't be alarmed," he said. "You're looking for Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He's not here. See the place where they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter, he's going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you." Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. Yesterday, on Easter Sunday, we enjoyed celebrating the wonder of the resurrection and all its meaning for us in new life. And it's over the next few weeks up until the Ascension that we shall have the opportunity within the Church's calendar to unpack some of the events and to see the way in which the disciples moved from being frightened and bereaved to being excited, joyful and confident in proclaiming that Jesus was alive. And as we move from Good Friday to Easter Sunday, we get used to making a great leap from the desolation of Good Friday to all the exaltation of Easter Sunday. But it obviously took time for the disciples to get used to the idea that Jesus was alive. They were very reluctant to believe it. And we see the stories of Peter and John running to the tomb. We see the story of Thomas, who wasn't with the disciples when Jesus appeared to them in the upper room. And in different ways, we see the gradual process by which they came to realize that it was all true, that Jesus was alive. We live in a society where a great number of people, probably the majority of people, don't have any realization of the Easter story or its application to their own lives. They live as practical atheists, ignoring the gospel story. And the wonder of our task is to find the ways in which we can share truth with them. And of course the Alpha course is something which has been used mightily in this benefice as a tool for doing that, to enable people to explore the evidence, the reasons for belief. And so many of those who are prepared to engage with the Alpha course come to that same realization that Jesus is alive, just as the disciples did. So as we unpack the Easter story over these next few weeks up until Ascension and Pentecost, it's good that we should remember that it took the disciples a while to get used to the idea that Jesus indeed was alive and to begin to come to terms with the implications of that truth and to think of the ways in which we can encourage other people to engage with that process so that they too can come to realize that Jesus is indeed alive, that he gives us new life, and that it is all a true story that makes a difference to our lives. So have a great Easter Monday, have a great week, and just reflect on the ways in which, just like the disciples, we can encourage people to realise that Jesus rose from the dead. God bless you.